bean comes back, you'll want to mix this, please.
You know what inspires real change? The pain of staying where you're at has to be greater than the pain of changing. If you're not willing to suffer to change, then you're probably not going to change. Why do you think drug addicts have to hit rock bottom before they can change? They just keep going back into the same rut again and again and again and again. And eventually everybody that's ever recovered from addiction, they always say, I hit rock bottom. I got to the point where I was like, fuck this. I am not gonna suffer through this anymore. The pain of the change became less than the pain of staying where they were at. Imagine this. 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, I don't know how far do we want to go back? 2,000 years ago. If you were a king or an emperor, what did your life look like? What would your life have looked like? Okay? Did you have hot water? Running hot water? Did you have ice? Did you have food at every corner? Okay, now imagine your life now. What are some of the things that you enjoy in life that a king wouldn't have had in his day? Right? Think about it. Your life is too comfortable. Even though you say it sucks, even though you complain all the time, oh, my life is this, I'm broke, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. Your life is too comfortable. That's why you're not improving it. You are satisfied deep down in your soul or in your heart that you are satisfied with where you're at because you are willing to tolerate it. As soon as you get to the point where you are no longer satisfied and you will no longer tolerate it, you will force yourself to change. You won't be able to sleep. You will do whatever it takes. And I mean whatever it takes. How many hours are you going to work? How many days are you going to slack off? Or are you going to just keep grinding and grinding and grinding and pounding and pounding? Are you willing to sacrifice short term? Because realistically, all you have to do is pull this off once. You only have to pull this off once in your whole life. If you make it big one time, that's all it takes. If you put in 5 years, 10 years, one time, dedication, 1,000% dedication to one one thing for 5 years, 10 years. That's all it's going to take for the rest of your life. Once you do that, you're living life on easy mode the rest of your life. You're going to be living at a level that nobody can even fathom. They're on a different planet than you. They're in a different reality. If I look back, and this is not me bragging, this is me just trying to put it into perspective for you guys. This is the perspective that you need to adopt in your head. My personal experience, 10 years ago, I was making $20,000 per year. It would take me 1 year to work to make $20,000. $20,000 now is a slow week for me. A week! 1 week! Okay? You have to realize the potential is out there. You have to work to get it. Nobody's gonna give it to you. Nobody. When you start pushing and you see that momentum, other people will see the momentum. They'll see the movement in the boulder. And they'll be like, God damn, he's moving it. Let me help him. They will jump on the bandwagon. But until you start budging that boulder, nobody is going to look at you. Nobody's going to glance your way. Nobody gives a flying flip about you. Nobody's gonna throw money down an empty hole. They want to see something pulled out of that hole before they toss any money down there. Before they toss any effort or time. You know, a million rich people say this all the time. You are the sum of the 5 people around you. They say it all the time. But then, every time you're around people that are dragging around, complaining, lazy, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, I just don't feel it, I'm not feeling it. You just sit in there and soak in that negative energy. It literally is like tack. It is the most stickiest stuff there is in the planet. Negative energy. You have to stay away from people that have that negative energy about them. You have to literally just block them out. Imagine that they don't exist, because the second you start allowing that in, you will start thinking like that. You know, I have had to let guys go because every time I call them on the phone, to talk to them about the day, oh yeah, I'm just dragging today, or oh man, I'm just not feeling it. Then next thing you know, I'm like, oh man, you're right, this work is hard. Do I really want to do this? And then the negative thinking just starts piling in there. Oh, you don't need to do that. You don't want to do that. And the next thing you know, you aren't doing it when you need to do it. why I drive the old trucks. I have worked so hard to have the new trucks, right? I could be driving that 2024 every single day. The problem is, if you take the cushion life, you will inevitably become lazy. You will. You have to give yourself some wins, but you can't give yourself all the wins. You have to push yourself to bigger, better things. And if you give yourself all the cushion, all the cake, you're gonna get fat. You gotta say no sometimes. You gotta exercise discipline. You don't want to be fat. You don't want to eat all the cake. Even just saying it should make you sick. Oh man, am I going to eat all that? No, you're not, because it's not good for you. Anybody knows that. You can't take it all in. You have to push yourself. You have to sacrifice. The second you start sacrificing, you stop sacrificing the sacrifice, the second you start enjoying everything, is the second your business goes from climbing to plateauing, and then not only is it going to plateau, but then it's going to start on the decline. How many people make it to be millionaires and they never make it to be billionaires? I mean, they only call it the 1% for a reason. There's only 1%, and it's actually not even 1%. That is a fallacy. It's not 1% of the population that makes it that tall. It's 0.000000000 to the billionth time. One. Because there's only one richest man in the world, and there's an innumerable amount of poor people. There's an innumerable amount of broke people. There's only one richest man in the world, which tells you that the percent is lower than 1. And the thing is, even if you make it to the top, the tippy top, the pinnacle, your time there is measured, because it's never gonna be forever. It will never be forever. The lion is only king of the jungle for a short amount of time, until he becomes not the king anymore. Somebody else will take it. The reason it's so hard to get up there, get up to these higher levels, is because everything is a competition. Everything you want, everybody else wants it too. The car you want, somebody else wants it. The house you want, somebody else wants it. The truck you want, somebody else wants it. That's why it has value. It has value because people want it, and there's a scarcity. Right? It's supply and demand. What are you willing to do to get there? Ask yourself that every single day. Come on, guys. You can't just sit on your butt and drive a truck all day. You have to do more. You have to do more. butt in dispatch all day. You have to do more. You can't just hire everybody to do everything. You have to do more. A lot of people say, oh, work smarter, not harder. But realistically, what they're saying is, I'm lazy, so I would rather pay somebody to do this because I'm too lazy to do it. So I'm gonna label it as working smarter, not harder. But what it really is you're lazy. You're not working harder, and you're not working smarter. You're working less, and you're spending all your money. Anyways, don't forget to pound that like button, pound that subscribe button, and share this on your social media site of preference. And I will catch you guys on the next one. If you guys are interested in dump truck content, you have found the right channel. Go check out the playlist, the Dump Truck Business History playlist. And you will see the amount of work, well, not even the full amount. You'll see a sliver of what it takes to go from an $8,000 dump truck to over 6 figures a month. But you're never gonna know what it really takes unless you watch all those videos and then you give it a try yourself. That's the only way you're gonna really find out. Honestly, watching the videos ain't gonna help you find out. You're gonna have to put on your swim trunks and cannonball in. You're gonna have to take the dive. Sticking your toe in ain't gonna do it. You can watch all the videos and stick your toe in the water and feel how cold it is. But you're never gonna swim with the sharks if you don't just jump in. You'll never be one of those sharks. I'll catch you guys on the next one.